Okay, guys, now that we have quite a few citations indexed, let it take its time. The more we get indexed, the better. We're on page 3 to page 4 for our main keyword, which is pretty decent compared, because Reno, water damage is a huge city. Reno, Nevada population, I thought was like 250,000. Look at that. Just the keyword water damage, Reno, and we had 70 searches a month, which is pretty decent. Water damage restoration had 40 searches a month, which is also pretty decent. Let's say without the NV, if we get any more, 880 searches a month. This could be beefed up because could be a lot of SEOs doing the searches and things like that. But if the way you want to find out is, search for related mold removal, let's say, and see what searches comes up for that. 0. So let's say mold removal. Oh, sorry, not restoration. Mold removal, Reno, 20 without the NV, 20 water damage, Reno. Look at that, 90. So somewhere in the vicinity of 90 to 70, water damage Reno is 90, water damage Reno NV is 70, which is pretty good. So if you think about it, right, 70 searches a month, we scoop up this keyword, we scoop up the 90 searches a month keyword, that's 160. We scoop up the 40 searches a month, I think water damage restoration, 200 searches a month, right? So out of 200 searches a month, everyone's landing here, and these guys are splitting the 200, right? So just as a, before we go into PBNs, I just want to do a little math. Let's say it's only 70, like a low number, okay? 70 people land here. It's obviously going to be more. 250,000 population is going to be more with all these keywords scooped up. But let's just say 70 on the low end. When our website gets to the top here and here, at least half of them are going to land, but let's say it's 1/3, okay, going to take each of these. So let's say we are here, 1/3 takes this, 1/3 takes this, 1/3 takes this. That's 23 people call our website. And even if only 7, like 1/3 of that become clients, 7 clients, each client would be worth 3,000 to 10,000 to more um, for this company. So if you only send them 7 clients a month, that's on a low end of $3,000 a month. That's $21,000 a month per month of revenue for this company, and that's a very, very low end. And if we are sending them $25,000 a month of revenue a month, they will have no qualms paying us 10%, $2,000 a month. We do the work one time, and this is passive income, right? So if we just do water damage restoration cost, let's just see what happens. Now this is bringing 2,700, 7,500, depending on what's the cost, right? It could go up to more for sure, but you get the idea, okay? So anyways, now what we're going to do is we're going to go and get PBNs and start linking PBNs to our website, because PBNs, again, um, have a lot of power, and we want to see how we can start moving the website up to page 1, okay? So I use registercompass.com. You could use so many other ones, expireddomains.net. There are quite a few other ones. You can just go and Google PBNs, or you can rent PBNs, so you can just Google expired domains and things like that. But I use this, and then I use majestic.com. You can use ahrefs.com. Different tools out there to look into an expired domain or an auction domain, and see how good or bad the metrics is. So one of the first things I'm going to do is remember the URL of the website carries the most power, right? And so I'm going to do a search for domains which have water damage in their URL, preferably. So domain contains water damage. I'm just going to do a domain authority of more than 10. We'll go over this all in detail, but just so far, expires in the next, let's say, 3 days. I'm going to leave everything else blank for now and just do a search to see if anything comes up. So nothing comes up, okay? So if we do a search for water damage, With this domain authority of a 10 or more, nothing comes up. So that's okay. If you're in a niche, which let's say you're in a niche like dentist, okay, you're looking to rank a dentist site. If you do look for a domain with dentist in it and do a search, most likely you'll find a ton of these. Look at that, 23 auction domains. I don't usually go to expired domains. You can, because usually expired domains are not indexed. But when you use them, they can get indexed. When you like buy them and then put some content on them and publish them, they can get indexed. But I've tested with this. Somehow I find there's more power in auction domains. I'm not sure why. Maybe once they expire, the metrics get reset by the domain or Google or whatever. I'm not sure really. I just stick with this. So if I click on this, I now have a list of 23 auction domains which all have power in them. Domain authority of 10 and above, which is pretty decent. Some of them have 13 links, 3 links, 32 links, all of these different links going back into them. So that's like the referring domain to so there's a lot of power basically. We'll go in detail. And they also have dentist in the URL, which passes relevancy. So I got power, I got relevancy. I can go and buy any of these if my niche is the dentistry niche. But in my case, I'm doing water damage. So when I did water damage, I couldn't find anything. Let me just do restoration. And let's see if we can find any. We got 3 domains with the keyword of restoration in the. So we got amprestorations.net. Let's take a look at that. It's $69. It's a pre-release in Namejet registrar. So this basically means it's not in auction yet. We can bid on it if it's good. We'll go into that in detail. And then it'll take another few days to go ahead and be available. So let's just look into this. One of the first things I want to do is I want to see if the domain is still indexed. It is indexed, even though it's indexed with a different something else. I don't care. It's indexed. It's got 22 links going into it. It's indexed. That's what I'm looking to see. Then I put it in here, and I want to see. It's got 21 referring domains. So basically, there are 21 different domains linking to this and powering this up. And so when I buy this and I link it to my website, which is our renowaterdamagepros.com, all the power of this 21 is going to come and help my website move. And if I link it with an appropriate anchor text and I theme this domain to water damage, that's going to help with relevancy and movement and things like that. So it's got 56 links from 21 domains going into this domain, which is okay. For a local website, anywhere about 20 is good. I usually try to find more than 50 if possible, but 20 is decent because it's got relevancy right there. AMP restorations. And for all we know, this could have been in the past some kind of a restoration website. Let's take a look at the anchor text. Visit our website, which is a general one. 8 domains are linking to this website using this anchor text, which is okay. URL, general URL, looks like the brand name. So this is a clean anchor text ratio, right? We don't see any spam Japanese backlinks, or we don't see this being used as a PBN before and have any kind of other anchor text and stuff like that. So this looks pretty decent. It's got its URL, a variation, maybe a small, just the brand name, AMP restoration, AMP motive precision, which is the brand name, AMP motive precision LLC brand name, URL, generic anchor text, generic, which is awesome. Okay, now I can go and I can look into the details in the backlinks and see what kind of links have been linking to it. We got British car links, MG car, Volkswagen, Audi. So we're kind of finding out, you see the pattern here, British car, Volkswagen, Audi. So this is some kind of a car restoration website. It used to be that, okay? And that's great. We just want to look at a pattern and see there are no Chinese, Japanese, Russian, spam, porn, gambling, drugs, websites, linking to this site. This is all looks like decent Benz and Benz shop, Mini Cooper and repair shops, Jaguar repair shops. So this is a legit business site that for some reason is expired, and we can buy that if you want to. Okay. Now, one last thing you can do is go to way back machine right there, right? And put this over there and see what kind of website it was. You can do that. I don't use that all the time. It's been from 2019 to 2019, so the 10-year domain, which is pretty good. So in 2019, let's just take a look what kind of a site it was, just to see if it's was it used as a PBN recently or not. Let's just go back a few years and see what kind of a site it was. See, it says AMP restorations, something with car restorations. You see that? That's how it was in 2015. I bet in 2018 it was also the same thing. Okay, it was not hosted anywhere. 2017. Come on. Let's see what kind of website it was. It was again a car, something to do with car and restorations. Awesome, right? It was started in 2009. Probably was the same thing. Car and okay, it was not loading properly. Let's see, 2010. Look at that car and website. So this was the screenshot of how the website looked so many years ago. But you see, it's always been the same. It's something to do with car, automobile restoration website. And so that's good. It's a real website, real business. And I'm actually it's maybe the business is no more right now. So I can go in there, I can right click on it, go to domain auctions. In this case, it's Namejet. And if you have a login in Namejet, I believe I had a login in Namejet. I'm not even sure if I still have it. Let's just check it. Log in and see if you can bid on it. Hold on one second. So for some reason I forgot the password. I haven't used this Namejet service in a long time, and I kind of locked myself out. So I had to contact customer service. But this would be a great domain to go ahead and buy to link to my website. Again, it's $69, and that's up to you if you want to buy it or not. Okay. The other one is customcarerestoration.com, which got the keyword restoration.com, which will help us with water damage restoration. It's only $8 buy now. It's a 2006, so it's like a 13-year-old domain. Domain authority of 13. Let's check it out. Let's take it in. The first thing we want to do is see if it's indexed. It is indexed, which is great. The second thing I want to do is go and put it in Majestic and see how what kind of backlinks does it have. Is it clean backlinks? One of the things you can also do is right here, search it within double quotes, and it will show you anything that's linking to it with the same with the URL as the anchor text. So look at that. It's got a restoration remodeling, some kind of a remodeling contractor. So it had a Porsche.com link, it has a Manta.com, it's got some citations, it's got Twitter, looks like it's got Facebook. Let's just open the Facebook page and see how that is. It's got some good links going into it. It looks like it was a real website for some kind of remodeling restoration site. Okay. Oops. This guy was based in North Carolina. This is the website. Maybe they're not there anymore. But you get the idea. They're a real website. So I like it. Let's go to Majestic. Was it www? So I want to make sure I get the subdomain www version. It's got 20 domains going into it, 33 backlink, which is okay. This is for local. It's pretty decent. You can buy it. Anything about 20 is good. 50 is powerful, but this is good. I will buy it if everything works out because it's got the keyword restoration.com, right? So let's go look at the anchor text ratio. Water damage Charlotte. So somebody has been using it for a water damage. Looks like, I'm not sure. Or maybe it's, no, I need to check this out, okay? Because Custom care restoration, I thought that was a remodeling site. I may be wrong, but let's just take a look at the back end. The only thing that kind of stopped me is like there's a lot of water damage Charlotte, water damage Charlotte, water restoration Charlotte. Maybe it was a water restoration Charlotte website, but let's look at the backlinks. So we got something from mold remediation. We got green people, roofer bids, spark notes, a lot of deleted stuff. Deleted. Let's just take away hide the deleted links. Then we got green people, about me, forums. There's no spam backlink, which is good, but I don't really like this water damage Gastonia.co, rockhill.co. So what we can do then is we go to our Wayback Machine, put the domain and see if it comes up with anything. Wayback Machine does not have it. So there's a space there. Okay. So here it is. The most recently archived page is 2018. Let's take a screenshot and see. I'm just trying to see, was this a PBN in the recent past? It's redirecting to a cleanercharlotte.com. I don't want that. Or maybe it was always a water damage site. Let's just take a look. 2016. Okay, so custom care restoration was a real water damage restoration site. So that's okay. That's cool, right? It's actually going to help us out. For some reason, I think when I did, when I searched it within double quotes, it said remodeling, and I believe it was okay. It was actually a fire damage restoration, so it was good, very good. Okay, I just get confused. I thought that was a remodeling site, and that was changed later to a water damage site, but it's always been a water damage site, so it's good. So I'm actually going to go and bid on this. I don't have to bid. It's buy now $8. Awesome. So I'm buying a domain for $8, which is actually has some power and relevancy to it, and it's going to help us out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, add to cart. Let's see what happens. Continue to cart. I have to sign in. So I just logged in, guys. I'm going to buy this domain. I got this credit cards on my PayPal. I'm just going to use PayPal. One thing is you can change your buyer profile. I just put my buyer profile as Brad. And you can go into the settings over here and you can go ahead and change it to what you want to, because you don't want this domain to have your information, your name, your website. But usually when I buy it, I just put a who is privacy. I'll show that to you. That way it's going to hide all information about who bought the domain. Okay, so let me go ahead and buy this domain. Okay, so I went ahead and I bought it. It was $23, including the renewal fee. It'll probably take a few days to become available, but that's one PBN out of the way, and then later on we can go ahead and theme the PBN and things like that. Okay, so let's continue. The third one we have restorationsbydaniel.com. Again, the same deal. Copy it. Check if it's indexed in the first place. It is indexed. See that? It's got other pages indexed also. I think the DA was also like 10 or 13 or something. That's not bad. Let me go to Majestic. Put it over here. Search car restoration again. 11 domains. See, I would not buy this. Now, maybe this is good. I don't know. But I like cleaner anchor text ratio. I don't see, I don't see the URL as an anchor text coming in anywhere. So I would skip this, right? Ideally, I would have liked to see, so if the domain is, what's the domain again? Restorationsbydaniel.com. I would like to see a couple of those restorationsbydaniel.com. We have one, even that's not the domain itself is /403_6. You can still get away with it, but it's only got 11 different domains. It's not worth it. What I would rather do is I would go here, take this off, put a domain authority of something higher like 20, and then do find domains. Okay, and I probably got a lot more over here. And then I can buy a bigger, more powerful domain. We got 2,600 that do not have any of the keywords in the URL, but then I can theme that PBN by putting my keyword in the title tag and things like that. So we still need to narrow this down. So maybe we can make this 22. We want the domain age to be less than 2015, because the older the domain, the better. Hey, I'd like to have at least one edu backlink. How about that? I'd like to have a trust flow of greater than 5. If you want, I want to have at least 30 links going into this, to the domain that I'm going to buy. I'm going to click on find and see if that narrows it down. And that's got 170, a more manageable number. And so now I can go and I can do my search, right? And so when I usually come here, this is sorted by alphabetical order. I'd like to go and sort it by domain authority. So we have the most powerful sites at the top. So let's see that. So we got this PBN has a domain authority for 60. How cool is that? Okay, that's $79, $150. Or you can also go and click by bid price, small to high, buy now price, small to high. That's up to you. So we can go over this. If you have a good budget, you can go for $79. I just want to show you that we can buy $12 PBNs and still rank. So I'm going to skip the $79 ones. I'm going to skip the $10,000 ones. I'm going to see if we can find any $12 PBNs. The first one is the movieMash.com. So we take it, go through the same thing. Is it indexed? It is indexed, but the root domain is not indexed. Now I could go ahead, buy this, check out the other metrics and buy it, because once I buy it and publish it, it may get indexed. But I'm going to skip it because there's plenty of other sea in the fish. Okay, this is the buy now price of $11 for emeryfootball.org. Now let's see if that might be a good one, because it's a buy now one. I don't have to bid and wait. It's not even indexed, so I'm going to skip that. This is the $22 one. It's got 3 people bidding. If you see that, I'm not even going into the bidding game. I don't have time for that. If you have time for it, go for it. I'm not saying don't. Workingmansdeath.com. What kind of a site that is? $20. Let's take a look at that. That's not indexed. We don't want that. So it will take some time to go over and screen some good ones. But once you have a good one, it's going to help you anyway. So this is a $12 one, regeneration-themovie.com. That's not indexed either. I'm not sure why none of these are indexed. DaveCopeland.com could be a real person. Let's see. Okay, so this guy's got a lot of site pages indexed. I don't see his root domain indexed. You can go ahead and buy, and his root domain might become indexed once you publish it. But like I said, I'm just going to skip it for now. I'm trying to find yourkidscloset.com. Let's see if that's indexed. Today's not a good day. So usually if it doesn't happen this way, I just go away, take a break, come back and do a new search. Up to you. Every day I try to spend about an hour or so searching for PBNs. That's about it. I don't want to get into the bidding game. I don't want to waste my time. Things like that. That's mygig.com. Looks promising. Okay, it looks like a real Nashville music something. It's got the root domain 33DA. So let's take that, put it here, and see how that is. 150 domains. How about that? Right? This is a lot of domains. 1,500 links. That's a lot of power. Now let's just check out the anchor text ratio. I kind of like it. URL, music download. Yeah, this this full stop is it appears in quite a bit. I don't know if it's a majestic issue or not, but it's got brand, the name of the guy probably. Let's check out his backlinks. Okay, he's got let's hide the deleted ones. Okay, side hustles, online job listings, edu. Wow. So anytime we have a link going into a PBN from an edu, that's awesome. I mean, that's powerful. Look at that. It's berkeley.edu. I know that recently Google said edu does not contain any power, but I believe it still does. So what's the gig? What's the name of the domain? That's my gig. So what I did was I did a right click. I'm doing view page source, and I'm going to see if that link, Control F, if this link still exists. It still exists. How about that? So that means there's a link from a .edu website going into this PBN I'm looking to buy, and I'm happy. I would buy that. That's my gig. It's something about music, good stuff. I like what I'm seeing so far. Guitar, Wikipedia. Same thing. I want to see if it still exists. View page source. Control F. It does exist. Look at that. So basically, this is some kind of a good website about music, and I can buy it. The price is, what's the price? $12, guys. Oh, we got one bidder. It's going to be a bidding game, but let's see if we can bid with him, bid along with him. Okay, let's see if we can win. If it's a pretty decent price, I don't mind buying it because it's powerful. It's got Wikipedia link, it's got edu links, things like that. I'm going to bid $17 and place bid. Let's see what happens. Yes, I'm the highest bidder. Now this guy might come back and bid more. Who knows? It's two bidders, but I'm going to see. If we can do something about that. So basically, that's what I would do. Keep going, keep going. I think we saw this one, but keep going. And if your budget allows a $79 one, go for it. $69 one. EarthDayCoalition.org looks like a real past real website, right? Ebariatricsurgery.com, it could be a real one, but $997. I don't know if I'll buy it, right? Whatever this is, caledonianstudent.com. This looks like a real one. Now look at this one, htsslucia.com. I don't know, it could be a real one, it could not be a real one. saboa.org. I won't even check it because there's plenty of PBNs down here. I'm looking for one that in the short amount of time it makes sense and I can buy it. Okay, so that's what I would do. We'll continue this PBN searching in another video. It's already 28 minutes, but I hope it made some sense, guys. Okay.